From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
Thanks for joining us this morning. It's Tuesday, November 14th.
Let's get started.
The hospital must be protected.
Gaza's largest hospital pushed to the brink. The race to save those caught in the crossfire as Israel shows new evidence against Hamas.
I have seen an increased cleanliness, patrols.
A transformation underway for Apec in San Francisco. But is it real change or a temporary fix?
I feel so disappointed.
The streets might be clean, but it's creating a headache for some businesses.
I think we're going to be in a good spot to deal with these upcoming storms.
The rain is back and preparations are already underway to make sure we are ready for anything. And do you love watching holiday movies? We might have the perfect dream job just for you.
Good morning, I'm Gianna Franco, and I'm already dreaming of a white Christmas and my dream job of watching movies all day. She's not kidding, Reed Cowan, and I'm Nicole Zalumis. Gianna Franco, I feel like this is your calling. You already submitted your application, right?
No, I really did.
Foot pajamas.
Footy pajamas. I don't know about the hot cocoa. I'm kind of on the fence about that. Like something a little more
Kahlua?
interesting. Now we're
Maybe
talking.
there. Okay.
We have details of that dream job of where you just get to sit around and watch.
Yeah.
That's coming up later on the show.
But right now, let's talk about this because it's a big deal. President Joe Biden, he's arriving in the Bay Area today to talk for the first time in a year with Chinese President Xi Jinping. They really have a lot of work to get done. And while they're doing that, Mother Nature's showing out for the big day. The Apec Summit lining up with the first significant storm system of the season. In fact, looking at the Bay Bridge on the left, San Francisco on the right, look at those clouds. They are the givers this morning. A little bit of a wrinkle to what will already be a week that provides some challenges, shall we say, getting around the city. First Alert meteorologist Jessica Birch picks it up from there.
Because it kind of looks confusing when you see this sunny setup literally right behind me right now. Our live look from the rooftop cam showing plenty of sunshine, but for some of us, we are waking up to the smell of rain and the feel of rain just outside, and that's actually up in the North Bay. The storm system that we're tracking right now, it's going to sit offshore for the next couple days. So if you don't see rain right now, don't worry, you will get your shot. It's seeing some wet roads out there and some drizzly skies above you. However, we're waking up to clear skies right now down in the Santa Clara Valley. Some sunshine over the Bay Bridge. It was raining earlier this morning around 4 a.m. there, but now the storm really is isolating itself up into the North Bay in areas like Petaluma, where we're sitting in the 50s all throughout the Bay Area, actually. And we're also seeing some showers up near Santa Rosa. So let's dive straight into that First Alert Doppler because, yes, it is active. Just some of us aren't seeing it right now. This is what we're waking up to this morning. Those high showers sweeping throughout the peninsula earlier, giving us some wet roads this morning. That's probably what you're seeing out there as you're heading off to work or to school this morning. But now the storm is tracking a little bit more northward. We're seeing heavier pockets just east of the areas near St. Helena and Napa. We're seeing lighter conditions in areas like Cloverdale all the way down into Santa Rosa. Earlier this morning, we were seeing some heavier pockets there, but it's been dry consistently down in the South Bay since we've woke up. Now, here's what we're looking at as we head into this afternoon on Futurecast. Those showers are going to start dissipating as they move their way north. We're going to actually be dealing with drier conditions throughout the rest of the evening hours tonight, the early morning hours tomorrow, and then some more unsettled weather moves its way in as early as tomorrow afternoon, just around 2-3 o'clock. That's when we're going to be seeing some heavier showers in the forecast widespread throughout the Bay. This is going to stretch from Santa Rosa all the way down into San Jose, and we're going to continue to see that dissipate into the overnight hours tomorrow to gear up for more showers later this week. I'm going to time that more out for you coming up in just a bit, but for now, over to you, G.
All right, just thank you. Let's talk about the roadways right now, keeping a close eye on those traffic conditions. Of course, might be a little slick in some spots of the North Bay, but look at this backup at the Bay Bridge. 80, westbound 580, 880 as well, all slow approaching the Bay Bridge. We kind of anticipated a slower than usual commute for folks heading into San Francisco with the closures on the upper and lower deck, as well as the closures heading into the city because of Apec, which is really in full swing now. So definitely plan ahead and give yourself some extra time. This is highlighting some of the closures, the bulk of them right around Moscone Center between Harrison and Market, as well as 2nd and 5th. You're going to see a lot of activity and closures in and around there. So the Central Subway, 4th and Brannan closed. Yerba Buena Moscone stations also closed. BART regular schedule. You can use that to get into the city. That might save you a few extra minutes. Caltrain as well. SF Bay Ferry on a regular schedule. And right now we're not getting word word of any delays, and Muni has their schedule updated for any reroutes that will be in place. So make sure you plan for that. And of course, there are some restrictions right now due to a fire that is happening on Valencia Street and 21st Street. So let's get to that breaking news right now in San Francisco. This is near the Mission District. A 2-alarm fire broke out in that area on 21st Street and Valencia. This is at a 3-story residential building. This is right above the Ministry of Scent fragrance shop. So you're looking at video from the Citizen app, and we're told 5 people were rescued. 3 were taken to a nearby hospital. The SF Fire Department says people should avoid the area while they battle the flames through there. We'll keep you updated on this throughout the morning. Reed?
All right, thank you so much. San Francisco is at the ready for the tens of thousands coming into the Bay Area for the APEC summit. APEC is short for Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum, where leaders of major economies come together to build bridges and find a way forward. Conversations, right? So as you drive into downtown San Francisco, we just want to give you a preview of what you'll see. A lot of barricades, a lot of fences, security very tight everywhere. And today, with the arrival of President Joe Biden, security, it's only going to get tighter. So if you think APEX is just to talk about big issues that don't affect us here at home, you're wrong. Bloomberg this morning reporting an example of how talks here could benefit us at home. Biden and the Chinese president talking about fentanyl. And of course, we know that it's been deadly in our area. Reportedly, they've reached a tentative agreement to cut the deadly drug off at the source by going after companies that produce chemicals used to make fentanyl. That could have a huge impact on our streets, where we know national and even international headlines about San Francisco show fentanyl is killing people where we live. Look at this. This is a live look inside that security zone where the talks are going to happen. Businesses have been hard at work. They've had high hopes that 20,000 visitors could boost their bottom lines. But what do you see there? Empty chairs and empty tables. As Betty Yu is about to show you, some businesses worry, and we know it's early right now in our reporting, but these business owners say they're worried that their hope for a boom could be a bust.
Foot traffic was light inside the Metreon amid high hopes for a bustling start to APEC week, which is expected to bring 20,000 people to the city. There were empty tables and chairs, hardly what eateries in the food court wanted. One promotional sign reads, "APEC is going to be epic."
I feel so disappointed.
Sammy Wen has owned Beamy Pokey for the last 5 years. On Monday, she said sales are down 80%. Food delivery drivers are struggling to pick up orders. She told some workers not to come in this week at all.
At least we have more people to come to see a movie. But today is, it's super quiet.
Many businesses in the security zone believe the fencing, security protocols, and traffic headaches are keeping people away.
I think people are just trying to avoid the congestion. They're trying to avoid the delays in their schedule. And if they were coming to Soma for anything else, I think they're really trying to avoid it.
Sammy said she's pleased to see a heavy police presence around the Metreon. In fact, during our interview, a suspect ran right behind her and headed for the exit. Several officers chased after him. Meanwhile, Bonchon owner Manuel Ramirez is celebrating one small win from the city.
We were able to get a small program that supports the businesses here at the Metreon and links us with 1,200 meals to these volunteers. And there are $20 and $10 gift cards that have been purchased by the city, that will be purchased by the city for the businesses here at the Metreon, and they're going to be distributed to the volunteers as an appreciation gift.
While some businesses remain hopeful things will pick up midweek, Sammy doesn't know if there is a sustainable future given the already tough economic year. She said she often witnesses shoplifters from nearby Target on the run and deals with homeless problems.
I don't see any hope here. I don't see any future here. If the city, they don't do anything.
She did say since the perimeter was set up, the streets around the Metreon are much cleaner.
Since, like APEC, like last week, so this is less of a homeless here. This is the only thing is good.
All right, so now let's talk about another reality down on the streets. It's something we all know will happen. With the visitors comes the press, the media, and with the media, stories about San Francisco. So city leaders are aware of that, and they've done a lot to clean up the city. In fact, this is UN Plaza. Just weeks ago, this area was criticized as being a mess. Well, this morning, it is spotless, even picked up, power washed, ping pong tables. Is it for real, though? Well, it shows that San Francisco can clean up for many big events.
So normally in this location, you'll see people doing their drugs, or they'll be selling things that they stole from like the businesses around here. But because we have Apex happening, they have park rangers here, and then they put an urban alchemy person who usually there's never an urban alchemy person here.
So leaders want foot traffic out on the plaza between meetings, so they've even set up foosball tables and a skate park, Nicole.
Well, one event happening this week during the Apec Summit hopes to celebrate the unique diversity of the Bay Area with large AAPI and LGBTQ communities. And our Sean Chitness is live this morning in the Castro district with more on the event called KPIX, an LGBTQ plus party for Apec. And good morning to you once again, Sean. It seems to be a nice blend of addressing serious issues while having some fun.
Nicole, that's right. They definitely want to party, but they also want to talk about equality for the LGBTQ community, specifically in the Asia-Pacific region. That's because among the nations that are in APEC, there is a range of policies for queer people. So KPIX hopes to be a celebration for the delegates and visitors that are here, celebrating the intersectionality of AAPI and LGBTQ identities, also looking at the history of this neighborhood and using it to push for progress and more acceptance abroad. The Castro has become a destination for visitors decade after decade since becoming an iconic neighborhood in San Francisco, not only for its historic role in LGBTQ rights, but the sense of community it continues to offer today. So Bay Area leaders decided it was the perfect place to host a party during the APEC Summit.
We're excited to be able to host KPIX, recognizing the intersectionality between that of the Asian Pacific Islander community, as well as our strong LGBTQ plus community.
South Bay Assembly member Evan Lowe wants to lean into those large demographics and set an example for how they can thrive, especially for those who identify as both.
If APEC was going to be in my hometown, I really ought to help put together something big and gay and queer for the event.
San Francisco Supervisor Rafael Mandelman's district includes the Castro. He says they had to take this opportunity while hosting one of the largest international events in the city's history.
I do think that there's tremendous power in community.
Mandelman acknowledges that because the level of acceptance for LGBTQ people in the Asia-Pacific region can vary, it may not be easy for some attending APEC to show up to an event like this.
There are also delegates for whom coming to an event like this may take a little bit of courage and may even be a little bit risky.
Assemblymember Lowe adds that the fight for more rights in those nations motivates the organizers to lead by example, showing how everyone benefits from a more inclusive society.
We want to show the world how absolutely fabulous we are here in San Francisco in the Bay Area.
So on the serious side, we are talking about issues related to marriage equality, adoption rights, as well as hospital visits, being able to serve in the military, and donate blood. But like we said, it's also a party. They have a full guest list, and they are looking forward to having multiple drag queens perform on Wednesday night. Nicole, back to you.
Oh, Sean, thank you so much. That sounds fantastic. Well, for more information on APEC, including current and upcoming traffic closures, head to kpix.com.